It is Monday, the very sad 11th of January, and a lot of you are coming to this video with a very bad warning on Bitcoin going down to 34k while you most probably were in your job. Very sad. So, for you guys today, we're going to why this happened, why a correction was needed, as everybody knows. And also, I'm going to give you guys a bit of word of advice, as I do all the time with these videos. Now, if you guys like these types of videos that I bring to you guys that hopefully give you a positive spin on the way the market is, then please subscribe below. It means a lot to me just to know that I have a following and just to know that you guys are getting the worthwhile information that you need that is very, very important in the time when it's happening, so you guys don't fall behind on the news that moves the actual market and get stuck in noise and hype like everybody else is trying to sell you. I 100% want you guys to win in this space, and the best way you can do that is to just make sure notifications are on so you're not missing these videos. So, the most important thing to remember here is this. It's supposed to happen. You guys have known that some kind of correction was happening for a very, very, very long time. And the speculation was actually at the 26.5 level, a lot lower than what we thought this was going to be, right? So this has actually gone a lot higher and kept a lot higher than this level, than this support structure. And it's a positive thing. It really is, because like I've said to other people continuously, if Bitcoin keeps going parabolic without having a proper correction, it is going to flatline the ability for the bull run going forward to go to the higher levels and the higher extremes. This is because, as I told you guys in the other video, Bitcoin is creating a platform of support and resistance for us to kind of play within in the very, 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 very long future that it's got for it. So it's creating these structures and making sure that there is this proper structure that the support can rely on to become more like Forex, to become more like stocks, etc., to kind of have a level of support and kind of be more predictable in a way, less volatile. If we cannot do this, then not only will the bull run be will last less, right? It will last a whole lot less longer, but it'll also put us in a position where BTC will still be very, very volatile, and it can't take over as the new currency of the world if it is like this. You cannot have something that is totally volatile, that is constantly going from 40k to 30k in a matter of seconds. You need something that is very predictable to be the new currency of the world. That is how it needs to work. That is how it needs to be traded. In the same way, the currencies of the world are less volatile, and it allows them to have staying power with people because they trust it. So, the more important thing is this. Now is the opportunity. It is the opportunity of a lifetime. I think the big thing here in watching these kinds of videos where people are freaking out about Bitcoin going down, what's going to be happening, is it going to keep going down, what's going on? It kind of gives you a sense of drama, and I guess if you're starting off in this space, it's a very positive thing. It's almost like you have this space and this culture that you can come to where you can kind of let out some of your worries on Bitcoin and just worrying about Bitcoin instead of your own life. But for the most part, you guys got to understand this is actually an opportunity. This is an opportunity to buy when nobody else wants to buy. So I'm, again, putting my money where my mouth is, and I'm investing more into buying it now that it's dipped. And if it is to do it again, I'm going to buy again when it dips. And the reason is, I believe in the long-term staying power of Bitcoin as a whole, and I know for a fact that we're going up and we're going to see a parabolic rise of at least 100k, if not 150k, to what people are saying at 250k to 500,000k to $1 million per Bitcoin. And that's a very realistic thing in the very near future because of people, because of the way money works in general, because the way hype works and psychology works and everything in between about these markets. It is absolutely possible. So if you're buying at these levels, you are getting in cheap. You're buying where things are, it's the clearance stock. You're buying at clearance stock prices right now. So when they get the new seasonal goods of Bitcoin in, it's going to be very hard for you guys and girls to be able to invest in it because there's going to be none left. Okay? Now that is the big problem, right? You guys want to talk problems? Not being able to invest in this because it goes up and it's staying at 100k when it pulls back, right? In the bear market, it's still 100k. That, my friends, is sad. So, you get in while it's hot, get in while it's cheap, and get in while the FUD is happening, while everybody else is fearful. You've got a smile on your face because you understand, you don't just know, you understand that this is an awesome opportunity for you to gain so much. So, let's look at the cryptocurrency space and kind of laugh at the 24-hour change a little bit. Let's look at the biggest losers. Oh, EOS up. EOS. Now, EOS has done a bit of a run-up, but it looks like whoever put in there absolutely dropped their goods and ran away. It is down. So, with that in mind as well, Litecoin up, right? Down 57%. So, I guess they're all majorly up, right? Blah. They're all majorly down. Blah. Up. And same thing goes with all of these. They're down tremendously. It is a very, very sad time for all of the different margin trades that you could be doing. And this was just trading yesterday at $3. $3.80. Wow, it's taken a really big hit. So, and I nearly went into it. Nearly. But you never want to FOMO into those kinds of coins. And when things go south, you got to note there's going to be a pullback when there's been a massive run-up for the most part, right? If it's still in the process of running up, majority of the time, it will keep a lot of its worth. But if it's done enough run-ups, as you guys can see with all of these types of coins, it's just going to absolutely drop off and drop a massive pointer percentage. You can see that with Wi-Fi 2, you can see that with EOS, Pearl, all of these have all had some kind of run-up. Big or small, right? OG. Original gangster. Okay, anyway, what is that? I've never seen that coin before. Is that a shell coin? Probably. So yeah, we are sitting at this level, and as you guys can see, Bitcoin from the start of this has literally gone up. I can see it returning back to 40k in no time. If anything is a psychological level, it's definitely 40k. And I can see it also coming a little bit lower if we get one more type of correction. But besides that, I mean, these little corrections, like you can kind of see, they're creating a ladder, right? They're creating a ladder which Bitcoin can actually rely on in the future. So when the bull cycle starts to take off again, it actually has a structure to stand on instead of being in price discovery for what seems like forever. And OG is totally dead. Look at that. And it is an innovation coin. How about that? Huh. This is interesting. It's bottomed. So maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to get in here, guys. But, you know, this is not financial advice. It has bottomed from $31 to $2. But from my perspective, what I see here is something that is just lost innovation. This is not financial advice, but if there was people trading this, if there were people putting into this space, then this would actually be a very, very, very solid bottomed coin. Not only because it's innovation, but because if the fundamentals are behind this OG coin, then it's really, really good. Anyway, back to Bitcoin. Let's not get caught in OG-ness. Bitcoin will still be seeing the highs of $44,000, 45 before 45, and of course 48k, and hitting the 52 mark as well, the 52k mark. We will see 50k in the very, very, very near future. Not only is it Bitcoin season and it is time for Bitcoin to run up, It is time for Bitcoin to have its moment in the sun where the altcoins have kind of, they're hidden in the shade. They don't want to get sunburned. Soon it will be their time to shine as well. And when that happens and when Bitcoin decides to pull back, it is the altcoins' time to shine. These run-ups will be absolutely huge. You might even see an OG coin in the $30 mark once again. Maybe. Probably not. Looking from this. So, where are we going with this? Stay positive. Okay? There are so many people around you who's gonna be talking about Bitcoin being another bubble, being another scam, being another spam type of media coverage BS, and stay away from it because it's the devil and blah 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 blah. And it always happens. It happens every time there is a pullback, every time there's news and people just come out with news about it, especially mainstream media. They like to paint pictures because it sells copies, right? It sells copies. It's just how it is. So yeah, and like I said to you guys before, be positive, but also understand that when things have a parabolic run-up, you should expect a correction, like what we had with Band. Band absolutely killed it. Absolutely. And some of you would have been in this trade. Band went from a price of $11 at its high, literally coming up there in a very, very, very short span of time. Boom. It's doing this weird stuff, then absolutely killed it up there. And then it had a massive sell down. So yeah, these kinds of coins are the ones that you need to have a massive correction down. I'm actually surprised that it didn't have a bigger correction down, but 20% is about right for what it is. So you guys can see, here's a better picture of it. Boom, to the upside, right down from there. That is a double, more than double, right there. Then a huge correction down of 20%. Boom. Good. And even worse with Bitcoin doing its thing, but it needs to have this. This is healthy. Okay? I think what's hard for people to understand, especially if they're not in the position of seeing Bitcoin or being in the space for the past few years, this is way healthier than it's ever been, ever. Right? I remember being in coins. I was in altcoins at times, and just because somebody said one thing, Bitcoin would drop 50% of its value. It would do a crash, drop 50% of its value, then rebound back up. It was absolutely incredible to me. And because that happens, it gets people's stops. You know, their stops go off, their stop losses, and then they go back into Bitcoin to rebound it back up, and the OG coin is just left flatlining. Seriously. And you guys haven't seen that at all. I mean, what is this type of correction? This is probably the biggest type of massive sell down correction we've had for a very, very, very long time. Very long time. And it is the biggest by far. But it was needed because look at this. This parabolic rise is artificial. It's not something that's supposed to happen at all. That was the reason why we had these small sell downs every time there was a massive increase. Small sell down, massive increase. The fact that we had this massive sell down here is actually a very healthy thing, and it actually shows that Bitcoin is going to be carrying on for the next maybe double of this huge line, or even more, right? Even more, right? So we can see it going past 100K in the very, very near future, but I can only tell you the next two stops, and the next two stops up will be the 4,300 level, 4,400 level, and also the $48,000 level. And chances are 4,800 in the bear market is probably not going to be a buy in the very near future anymore. So you guys need to understand this. I know I might sound like the biggest bull ever, and I know some of you guys are totally bearish on Bitcoin. You want it to pop the bubble, but it's not a bubble. This is here to stay. It has been for the past 10 years. Now that I'm in the 10th year, it's just reinforced more on me that this is here to stay. And it should be reinforced on you as well. if something can handle the worst news given to it, even if it did have a 50% correction down to 20k at this level, if it happened, then it's here to stay, right? Knocked down and they get up again. You're never going to keep Bitcoin down. Alright, so that's about as close as I ever get to singing. If you guys enjoy this video, then please leave a like. If you guys want more of these kinds of coins, OG coin, which was a joke by the way, not a financial advice, do not do not invest in this thing. It was just a random one I saw. But if you guys do want altcoin picks for each week, I literally give you guys what I invest in each week, and I give it to you guys in the top 5. Now this isn't necessarily all of the coins that I am going to be investing in. No, most likely not. And I have my own kind of pile that I have that is just for me, right? But for these are the coins that I would be trading within that week or within that month. And those are the ones that I give you guys every single week. So you guys can check those out at the start of the week on Sunday, and then on Wednesday to Friday or Saturday or Sunday, when most of them have taken off, if they've taken off, I will be doing a video and giving you guys the positives and the negatives of what's happened. Remember, nobody can actually predict the future. It is stupid if you believe that they can. They cannot. You can look at technicals and you can look at psychological levels and everything in between to see the price of Bitcoin, but in terms of altcoins, you definitely can't. So during that time, that is pretty much it. Check those out. Check out those videos. Take those altcoin picks. And yeah, subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications for more of these, and make sure the bell is on. Yes, the bell, that's notifications. Hit the like button if I didn't already say that. Make sure you're commenting on your best altcoin. What's your favorite? I want to know in the comments. And anything that you guys want me to check out and do a video on, I'm keen on doing so. So that is pretty much it. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace.